Welcome to day 3. Whitney's here!
As always.
As always. If there's one thing we're gonna do, it's be together. Not romantically though, so sorry. We are doing a 12-hour readathon today. If you saw my 24-hour readathon video, you know that we had a blast doing that, and so we were like, how quickly can we do another? And 24 hours is a lot, but we decided to get a full night's sleep, and we're gonna do noon to midnight-ish. I'm excited. Are you excited?
I'm realizing now though it takes me like 6 hours to read a normal sized book. So it's in my head, I'm like, it's exciting. We're reading a lot of books in one day, but I'm like, it's really just 2, if that.
But that's 2 more than you would have read. Like, logically on any other Saturday, you'd maybe get through half a book. You know? You'd maybe finish one. So, you're still reading more than you would have. So, it's about how fun it is. It only took you like 8 hours to read Horse, and that was tiny text and a long book. I think you can get through like 2.5 at least. So now it's time for me to pick out my TBR. I have to finish the last like book and a half of the Rowley Jefferson series. So there's the second one and the third one. I have to finish those. And then after that, I'm still like partially through Kingdom of Ash. So I don't know if I want to work on that today. I do have the physical copy that I can follow along with the audiobook for it. But I also have like a plethora of books to choose from. So part of me is like, Whitney, what are you reading? I don't own any of those. Why didn't you pick ones that I own? Okay, I've got a few options. Have you read If the Shoe Fits yet? No. Okay, I'll wait for you on that. We should buddy read that. Okay, I have a few options. So let's chat about them. Like I said, Kingdom of Ash.
Ass.
Kingdom of Ash. I want to say I'm like a quarter of the way through this. She's a chonker. I think this would be a fun one to read today because I have the audiobook for it. I wouldn't finish it today, but it would be fun to see how far I could get. So I think this is the #1 contender after the Rowley Jefferson duology or trilogy. But in the event that I'm like, cat vlog, take a look at my stripes. I got brown stripes and I got black stripes and I got a little bit of white hair.
You know those videos of someone being like, you want to hear my duck call? It's really realistic, and they just go, come here, duck. It's like my cat call. Come here.
Yeah, Theo doesn't do what anybody else tells him to do. He's very much so, I'm gonna do whatever the fuck I want.
My cats know the signal to come here is when I pat something or I do my fingers like this, like I have something.
Good boy. He's like, you might stink. He said, welcome to my channel. I do have 2 potential options for a romance because I've read kids books, I've read some mystery thrillers lately. I have not read a lot of romance lately. I've read a lot of fantasy. So in the event that I want to pick up a romance at any point, I have a couple options. One of them is from the library. It's called, is this Lavash or Lavish at First Sight?
I have no idea.
It's either Lavash or Lavish at First Sight. This is written by Taylene Vasconi. She wrote that one book that I liked. I recognize this author's name. I picked this up on impulse at the library. I was like, that looks kind of cool. I liked the cover because hello. And then when I picked it up, I went, oh, that's short. And the words are normal sized. So it's not even like it's short and the words are tiny. It's just short. So this is, oh, it's about 300 pages. So I guess it's not that short. But this is an option that I've borrowed from the library. I'm trying to get better about like actually reading the library books that I borrow. But in the event that I want to go with something that I own that's on my TBR, Icebreaker by Hannah Grace. Obviously a book talk fave. I bought this forever ago when it came out, clearly, and the cover is illustrated by my favorite color illustrator, Lainey Kaufman. If you don't know that, now you know. She illustrates all of the best romance covers that have ever existed, so I am really interested in reading this one. I also love hockey. I wish it was winter when I was reading this, and I think that's why I've been putting off, is because I'm like, there's got to be a perfect time to read this, but I'm worried it's going to be mid, so I need to stop hyping it up in my mind. So once I finish the Raleigh Jefferson books that I have left, which are going to take me like an hour tops, these are my 3 options.
There's a honky tonk that'll blow your mind.
Do you want to tell the vlog what you're reading?
Sure. I'm reading, can you see it? Can you see it? I'm reading Rope Man by Kayla Gross, which is the sequel to Rain Man, which I think I talked about in one of your vlogs. I didn't think I was gonna read this, but I finished book 1 last night, crying a little bit and kicking my toenails. So I started the sequel because it's about the brother who is 17,000 times more interesting than the main character of book 1, because he's like mean and troubled, and the other guy's just like, I'm a cowboy. So I opened it and page 1 was like, here's all the content warnings and all the kinks, and it was like spanking. I can't remember any other ones, but I was
spanking. Like, end of sentence. That's the only kink in the book.
So I'm looking forward to it because book 1 was very vanilla, and also book 1 was really badly written, and this one already is so much better.
How far into it are you?
Chapter 4. Hold on, how many pages is that? I think like 30 pages. Yeah, 30 pages. 10%.
Oh, nice. Oh, Theo has a question for the audience. What's your question?
So I want to read that. I think it's too hot and heavy and steamy, and I want to save it for when I'm home. I have 3 backup options. So, contemporary romance, Abby Sheldon feels good as hell. It's about this girl and her contractor because she's doing home improvements. Brazen and the Beast, which is historical fiction, and The Do's and Donuts of Love, which is like a sapphic YA baker main character. All of these are obviously fat main characters, and I'm reading fat books if you couldn't get the gist of that. So I don't know what I'll do if it comes to it. Thumbnail.
So we're gonna play a little bit of Overcooked, and then we'll start our readathon around noon-ish.
Let's make it a big hell yeah for all the redneck girls like me. Hell yeah. Oh. These are my controller hands. Why am I an eagle?
Your character got.
I'm a legal eagle. Okay, I'll do the meat one.
Okay, I'll do the carrot. You're doing the fish. I'll work on
Steam the fish.
Thank you. I don't know why I did that.
If this construction worker doesn't move, no offense. We love and respect the construction workers. If you don't fucking move while I'm trying to wash dishes.
So update, that takes about 15 seconds to steam. Although I think we got it.
Yeah.
Oh, good. We didn't make a single star last time, I don't think. It's 12 o'clock. The readathon has begun. We're an hour and 45 minutes into our readathon, and I finished both of the remaining 2 Raleigh Jefferson books. So now I get to adventure into adult book territory, which, like, I know I brought this on myself to like complete the Diary of a Wimpy Kid books, so like I have no right to complain. I could have stopped at any point, but I am glad to not be reading those anymore because I just wasn't enjoying them as much. It was a fun challenge though. I had a great time doing it. So yeah, I think, oh god, I don't know what I want to read. Let me see if there's, I know there's audiobooks for these 2. Let me see how long they are, and then I can make a decision based on that. I'll probably read them physically, but it'll tell me about how long it'll take me. I knew that I hadn't made a ton of progress in Kingdom of Ash. However, I thought it would be a little bit more than that. So this is pretty disappointing. This is pretty disappointing to see. I looked at the 2 audiobooks for this just to see about how long they would take me. This one has a 13-hour audiobook, which means that I could finish in about 6.5 because I typically read at like 2 times speed, and that's what I listen at too, so it's comparable to my physical reading speed. So this one would take me about 6.5 hours. This one, the audiobook said it was 7 hours long, which means it will take me only 3.5 approximately. So I think this is going to be the one I go for. I think it'll be fun to start and finish a romance. It's been a while since I've read a romance, and then I think from there I'll pick up Kingdom of Ash and finish that through the night. But I want to give you something more than just reading Kingdom of Ash, and I don't think I'd finish Kingdom of Ash in this video. So, hi vlog. Whitney and I were just saying, like, we just updated Whitney's vlog, and I was like, she said we should just vlog at the same time. I said, you're so right. I wanted to let you know that I started, I believe it's Lavash at First Sight, and Sorry Bro is the book by Taylene Vascuni. And I remembered that this author like shared my review of Sorry Bro on social media. I didn't tag her in it or anything, so she like found it and she was like, this is such a kind review by this person. I was like, oh, that's kind of cool, but also like I think it made me a little nervous because I was like, it wasn't a 5-star review. Like, I had critiques about the book, and it's like, I didn't want the author feeling bad because I had critiques about the book. It's one of those like reviews are not for authors situations, but she was very kind. She wasn't like critical of me about it, so I will say that like I didn't have any ill will towards her because of that. It just like made me a little nervous. This book starts off with our main character, who I can't remember the name of, Ellie. And she's working in a corporate environment and has like a big presentation, and she's got like this fling with one of her coworkers, and right before her big presentation he ends it, and she ends up going to Chicago to help her parents with like their food business. So I assume that's where we'll meet the other character. I don't know which one Ellie is because I haven't gotten a character description of her yet. I've gotten a character description of her ex-boyfriend. I don't know which one of these is Ellie, so we'll find out. But Whitney and I are taking a lunch break. We are having Trader Joe's chicken fried rice, and we're gonna watch some queso and the iPad Kids while we watch it. Whitney, do you want to update my vlog about your book?
He just called her good girl for the first time.
Great.
No sex yet, still holding out.
Need y'all to know that we only got 7 minutes and 42 seconds into the queso video before Whitney decided it was time to read
you can
again.
Keep watching it, but I'm trying to slay.
We also demolished our rice. I mean, like
Chipotle forks that have like each time going a different direction.
We fully like sat here for at least 2 minutes after finishing that before I updated this clip. So we demolished those bowls.
The timestamp between before and after is gonna go crazy. It's like 5 minutes later.
Literally like whoosh, demolished. Delicious. Would recommend. I'm gonna keep working through this. My goal is to
I have that goal too. Speaking of how fast we just ate.
Oh, it tasted kind of good.
You're like, I miss the sound of her voice. You know the clip from Monsters, Inc.
I can still hear her little voice.
Hey, I can hear it too. How many kids you got in there?
Oh man, we're gonna get back to reading. We're not even sleep deprived this time.
I was gonna say, we have no excuse.
No excuse. I genuinely cannot tell you the last time I read a romance, because the way I'm sitting here and I'm like, I can't wait for them to kiss for the first time. Like, I'm already building up the romantic and sexual tension in my mind. It is insane. Like, they just met. Like, they are seeing each other at the bar for their first date. And I'm already like, can't wait to see where this goes. I'm locked in. I'm invested. So this is our main character, Ellie. I figured that out because when she is introduced to Vanya, V-A-N-Y-A, I believe it's Vanya. This is why I like audiobooks, is because I learned how to pronounce like character names. I did this with Throne of Glass. Like, I remember picking up the book and I would have been like, I never would have guessed that that's how it's pronounced, but I know how it's pronounced because anyways. She met Vanya at the conference that she's helping her parents with. So her parents own this small Armenian food business, and they go to this little convention where there's other retailers that can come in and try different foods and like meet different vendors. And basically Ellie is there, and then Vanya is like trying to get in, but she only has the ticket on her phone rather than having a physical ticket. So Ellie helps her get in, and Vanya basically calls her like my knight in shining armor and joking about that, and it's like, hey, you want to go get a drink? Like, and she's like, no, not right now, but tonight. And Vanya's like, yeah, sure. So they agree to meet up at the bar. So I'm about to see them meet at the bar. The beginning of this was definitely very cringe in the way that it's written. The author like almost talks to the reader in a way, and I hate when that happens. It's like they'll use like parentheses and it feels like they're talking directly to you rather than it being an internal monologue or just storytelling. So I don't love when that happens, but regardless, now that the romance is kicking off, I'm getting invested, so stay tuned. A few things. Number one, I'm 125 pages into Lavash at First Sight and thoroughly enjoying it. The romantic / sexual tension is top tier. They are rival food companies, so the tension is also there between like the two families. Like these two characters don't have like history that makes them have this rivalry, but their parents do, so it adds to the tension. That being said, it's bonka time. I guess we're gonna keep reading because Whitney's got her Kindle out, so we're gonna bonka and read, but I don't know that that's gonna work for me because I have a physical book. So anyways, tried and true tradition at this point. All right, besties, over the halfway point, and I'm here to inform you that there was in fact a kiss, and then it was immediately followed by a sex scene that wasn't written. I was told all about all the places where there was not safe for work action happening. Didn't get to read about any of it though, and now I'm pissed. Like, I'm supposed to go back to caring about the competition after they kissed once and apparently had this amazing romp for the night. I'm supposed to care about the competition? Anyways, I don't think I'm gonna go back to reading Kingdom of Ash after this because frankly, I'm just not enjoying where that book is, and I just can't see myself like wanting to actually read it for the remainder of our little readathon evening. So once I finish this book, it'll probably take me about an hour and a half. I'll probably pick up Icebreaker or something else. Something with sex on the page, that's all I'm saying. Hopefully within the first like 50 pages. Jesus Christ. Is that a threesome?
Yeah, girl, get into it.
See, I just can't get behind like when they're not human. Ugh.
I can do wings, I can't do tails and tentacles.
That's a fucking lie and you know it.
Name one book I've rated 5 stars.
You still read them. It doesn't have to be a 5-star. You still read them.
I still read them, I ignore that part.
Anyways, I'm almost done with Lavash at First Sight. My critiques thus far are, I really loved when we had the romantic and sexual tension building up, and then after the one scene I previously told you about, like nothing's really happened since then, and we're focused on the competition. I just don't know how I'm supposed to be invested in the competition and the romance at the same time. And I feel like we're not getting a good balance of that. However, I am thoroughly enjoying these characters and their dynamic, and like when they're interacting with one another and building up that romantic tension, I love it. But I just think that sometimes the plot and family dynamics take a bit of a forefront, which is fine. It just, I don't know. There's like little things. I say all this, it's still like a 3.5 or 4-star. Like, no, probably a 4. I'm like thoroughly enjoying it. I still enjoy like the competition aspects. It's just that like I'm having a hard time picking which one I should like care more about, because it's like they're both fighting for attention. I don't know how to explain it, but I have about 100 pages left of this. I've been scrolling and dilly-dallying a lot, but I've still done more physical reading today than I've done in a very, very long time. And I think after that, I am gonna go into Icebreaker, because this will give me the romance that this book is not. So I think I'm gonna hold off on Kingdom of Ash for a little while, just because I'm not feeling the fantasy parts of this right now, but I roughly know what's going on. I might read like a few chapters of this here and there. My goal is to really finish it before the end of the month, so that way I can just call this series done. But it's a 900-page book, so it's gonna take some time. But for now, I'm gonna keep reading this, and then I have to edit yesterday's vlog at some point, and then I'll have to edit this one, but I'll probably do that when I'm in bed tonight. So that's what's going on right now. Whitney, how was your book? You finished your...
Yeah, I finished Cowboy Corn. It was very good. Not amazing, but very addicting. I started a new book. It's The Do's and Donuts of Love, which is about like a Bangladeshi Irish baker who's going on like the Junior Bake Off show, and she has to be partnered with her ex, so it's like a sapphic romance.
How old is this bitch?
17?
And she has an ex-boyfriend?
Ex-girlfriend, sorry.
Oh, ex-girlfriend? They have an ex?
Yeah.
I don't know why I assumed boyfriend. My bad. Me reading a queer book being like, her ex-boyfriend? Heteronormativity, it gets all of us. One way or another.
She was like, I thought I was in love with her. The idea of being a teenager experiencing being in love.
Unattainable.
You silly goose.
Unrealistic.
Sip in the silly goose juice.
You haven't even tasted, you haven't sipped the silly goose juice, comma, alcohol.
That's truly a lie. Maybe vote for our country, then think about falling in love.
Literally. So we have about an hour left, and I just finished La Vache at First Sight. This took me a lot longer than I anticipated, but when I tell you I haven't physically read an entire book this year, wish I was joking. I am heavy on the audiobooks or a tandem read, like, you know, doing back and forth, or reading physically while listening to the audiobook, but it's rare that I just go full audiobook. Or I'm sorry, rare physical read. This time I did, and I enjoyed it. I think I'm gonna give it 3.5 stars. I hate third act conflicts, and I don't like the way this one worked out. Sometimes I like the way they work out. I didn't like this one, so I think I'm gonna give it 3.5 stars. I am gonna start Icebreaker. I said this month was my month of mood reading, so I'm trying to follow through with that. I will get through some more of Kingdom of Ash at some point, but I think this is gonna be like predominantly audio for me, just because, I mean, maybe I can get the ebook, but I don't want to carry this shit around. So maybe I need to charge my Kindle. Regardless, we have literally 43 minutes left, so I'm gonna make some progress into Icebreaker and see what I can work with here. All right. It's midnight, which means our 12-hour readathon and this vlog are over. Speaking very plainly, I got 22 pages into Icebreaker. I'm tired. And the font is like kind of small on this, and it's a big book, so I see why the audiobook said it was going to be long.
But that's not the only thing in that book that's going to be long. Ayo!
I am looking forward to having a romance with more on-page spice per se, so we'll see. But Whitney's going home, and yeah, we're both incredibly tired, and I'm gonna probably watch YouTube for a little bit and edit yesterday's video and maybe start editing this, and then I've got a few chores to do tomorrow. But other than that,
this was a success.
Yeah, oh my god, yeah. I'm glad I picked the shorter one, because I would have been like really frustrated with myself when I didn't finish this, because like logically I would not have finished this book, considering it took me a long time to just read one that's almost like half the size of this. I am excited about the prospects of this book because I am a Winter Olympics girly. So I'm looking forward to seeing like hockey and figure skaters kind of together. She's obviously the figure skater, he's the hockey bro. And we love hockey in my family. We used to be like season ticket holders for the Dallas Stars. So like, I love hockey, and figure skating is one of my favorite Olympic sports. But honestly, it's hard for me to name a Winter Olympic sport I don't like. I don't love the Summer Olympics. Can I be brave and say that? Summer is my least favorite, but I'm a winter girly through and through. Anyways, now that I'm done ranting, thanks for watching today's vlog. Whitney, do you have anything you'd like to sign off on?
Like, comment, and subscribe.
I have been adding that at the end of my videos, and it feels dumb saying it, so thanks for doing it for me.
Of course.
Okay, I will see you guys tomorrow, maybe. I don't know. Tomorrow, I'll see you tomorrow.
I need you to know one thing about my outfit choice for today. I wore like denim shorts that no fewer than 12 hours today have my underwear been up my ass because they're so tight. Thank you.
I'm happy reading.
I've been flossing all day.
End of vlog. Bye guys.
No questions, please.